Welcome to Veterans Corner, and it's an honor and a privilege to be with you today as a guest in your home. And today we have Mr. Mike and Racquel with Once Was, and they're here to share information with us about what they do and what they do for the VA, and or rather for the veterans. And we take it from the top. Mike, how you doing, my friend? What's going on?
Good morning, sir. All is well.
All is well?
And it's a pleasure to be a part of Veterans Corner.
What about you, Racquel?
Good morning, and I like to say I am just tickled, red, white, and blue to be here with you this morning and to be a part of the Veterans Corner. It's an honor.
Okay. Well, tell me just what you guys do. Give me a good background as far as for the program that you started. When did you start?
In 2018, we became a nonprofit to honor veterans, and from Houston to New Orleans, just making sure that no veteran is forgotten, that we're taken care of, because that's what seems to happen when you exit the military.
So in other words, entering civilian life was difficult sometimes. Yes. And what about you, Racquel?
Well, both of us seem to have the giving spirit, and so we were helping veterans who were dealing with issues that we overcame, and it just developed into our calling, into Once Was. Michael's also a professional DJ, and he's DJ Enemy Navy vet, and that's where our idea came from. His first big contract was with the USO Houston, and we would be DJing events, and veterans or active duty military would be having access to resources. And they couldn't remember the resource, but as big as the city as Houston is, they would see us out in the public and they would say, "That's the DJ. Go ask the DJ."
Yeah.
And so we were already helping people as it was, and so that's where the idea kind of developed into,
yes.
Okay, you know what, there's a need here, and we started using his DJ persona, helping people, and it evolved into us telling our testimony from homelessness to home ownership and dealing with addiction and keeping our marriage and our relationship healthy and strong. And who else is going through this that needs our pain as their curriculum to overcome?
So you lived the experience.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just not starting out on this without no information, no background. You
Turn up
understand
pain.
what it is to get involved with being a veteran in the service and out of the service.
Yes.
So you bring that to the table, and even on the health issues or whatever issues you had, because of what you went through, you're able to help other veterans go through the same things, and you're there to help them get back up on their feet on solid ground.
Yes.
Okay, because it's very interesting that you said that through your own experiences developed the program.
Right.
Okay, in doing so, you said from Houston to
New Orleans.
New Orleans. You don't go to Freeport. I'm asking.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We're focusing on I-10 right now.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Where do you set up these various events? How do you set up? I met you at one of the events that we held, and from there we've been, corresponding back and forth. But I've seen you at Walmart and other places around here. Basically, where do you set up or get in contact with people for different locations that you're involved in?
We base our event sites on distance from VA hospitals. There's a documented hardship that veterans experience when they don't have direct access to a Veterans Hospital Administration. And so we base our locations on how far are you from a Veterans Hospital. And then we go places based on invitation. So if someone finds out who we are and hears out about us, and they invite us to come to honor the veterans in their area, that's where we go. We started in Karen Crow because that's Mike's hometown, and then we chose the stretch of I-10 because his last assignment in New Orleans before leaving the military, he was recruiting along I-10. between the two. Well, now there's a VA hospital in New Orleans, but at that time there wasn't. Between the two VA hospitals along the last stretch of his service career is where we are looking for veterans who might need support.
Okay, because you said along the corridor that you're recruiting. When you say recruiting, I'm assuming getting involved with veterans?
No, I was a Navy recruiter.
He was a
Okay.
Navy
Navy
recruiter,
recruiter.
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
and his last duty, and as a spouse, his last duty station to me was I-10, because you were traveling I-10 between the two VA hospitals.
Well, the VA hospital like, in New Orleans now, as well as the one that's in Alexandria. So you reach Alexandria as well.
Yes,
When you say hospital, well, you got another 75 miles. You
Yeah.
can go above Alexandria
yeah,
if that's what you want to get involved with.
Right, but typically, our veterans, they live 50 plus miles away from a VA facility, and so we're the gap fillers for those veterans and helping them with the issues and transitioning from whatever it is that they're dealing with, they're encountering with, like benefits, housing. We're prideful, so we don't use the word service, because when you utilize the word service, it's a handout. So it's an honor to do what we do to assist these veterans with their endeavors.
In helping them, you give them access to resources that maybe that they
They're
can
not
help them.
familiar, right?
You know, you may not be familiar with all the resources, whatever they do, but you know who to contact.
That part.
Okay, because I know for myself, it was very interesting that for me to get involved with the VA, it was quite a while before I got involved with it, because the VA didn't really recognize veterans of the Vietnam era. We had a tough time coming out. But all I do know is that what you guys are doing, is really important. I hope the guys or the veterans out there, even the community, know that veterans have barriers and obstacles that the normal everyday person doesn't have. That's on top of the everyday cycle. But in meeting those conditions, how do you really help a veteran who, say, dealing with the health issue? Because a lot of times they just want to have someone to talk to, another veteran.
So through conversation, a general conversation, we can find out there's a need, and that's how the questions or the outcome of being able to help them, our system, is through the conversation. Just because we all like to talk.
Well, they like to talk, all right, but only to other veterans, because they don't.
Right? No. That's what, no. You right? We don't talk to everybody.
No, we don't.
We have to have something in common. So through the conversation of combat conversations or just general conversations from one branch to another, we encounter certain vibes. So those questions that come up, well, did you know? And so therefore, that I'm letting you know I'm a resource. I can help you with the stuff that you didn't know in that aspect.
Well, in reaching out to the various organizations that you work with, okay, when you're doing it, like a dude's an event here in the Lafayette area, how do you promote it?
well,
Your
we
event?
we use social media, radio, television, and our website, and we've grown to over 3,000 veterans on our roster, and it spreads word of mouth. We do monthly meals of remembrance to give veterans a chance to come together and learn about a resource in the community that's going unknown, and making a connection through someone that we felt comfortable with, knowing that you won't allow the veteran to fall through the cracks. And then that gives them a time to talk and share other issues. Mike is a certified peer specialist, so if you're just needing that extra support on a different level, he's available right there to sit down and talk with you at lunch. And it spreads by word of mouth and routine, so they know every month to look for us. Where is lunch going to be? And we try to move around the city to give them, to broaden your horizons, change your taste buds, challenge you to maybe go somewhere that you wouldn't normally go, to get you comfortable in the environment that you fought to protect.
Yeah.
So you can
Well,
learn to
that's
enjoy.
true.
Yeah.
That's
So-
true.
Yeah.
I can identify with that.
Yeah.
You know, But I do know that in dealing with veterans and reaching out to them, a lot of times they don't want to talk about their problems. And you just said you had about 3,000 veterans members, or say you have contact with. Well, for instance, right now, I'm trying to get involved with veterans who are having difficulty with the VA. I would like to interview them, like a 5-minute video, what kind of problems that they're going through. And in doing so, I want to put them on my TV show, get about 5 veterans to do about 5 minutes, get about 25 minutes, like what I'm doing here, and put it out there, and let not only the VA, but let the community know what we're going through. Because a lot of times, they have no idea what we face. Because just recently, I did an interview with 2 young ladies who are veterans, and you may know, can't remember, it's the military sorority.
Oh, I am familiar with that story.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name because we're talking about it.
With Sherry, she's the president here in this area. These 2 ladies sat down there and opened up on video. And whenever the interview was over, I said, okay, now let me ask you a question. I said, what? Do you really want me to put this out there? Because they were hitting hard on what they went through in the military and out of the military. So if you guys got 3,000 members, if you have contact with 3,000 veterans corner wants to be involved with us, we would travel the state, run anywhere as it is, anywhere we can, just to make sure that the veteran tells his story. And that's what needs to be told. And in essence, and doing the TV show, it's like putting the VA on the spot. I hate to say that, calling them out. As much as you're changing, there's got a lot more changes that need to be made. Because veterans are with the disability claims out there, they're fighting to get, may take a year, 2 years. I got veterans going 3 years still fighting, longer than that, trying to get benefits. So if you guys don't mind sharing a word about Veteran Corner and what we want to do, and I'll go do a little, get a group together, do a group chat. But if we can do that, that would be fine. When you get involved with the veterans, with the hospitals, do they really, I'm assuming that at this stage, they're willing to listen to you and asking for certain things from them? Or is it easy to work with the VA or not in your situation?
Yeah.
It's easy? Over a period, because the reason why I'm saying that, because I've asked them on several occasions to do interviews with the different departments, and they say no.
Well, you got to talk to the PAO about that.
Yeah.
That's something different.
Okay.
No, that's a different animal. When you're talking about interviewing and want to talk to them, to the hospitals, that's like with any other a regular company. You have to talk to the PAO. Yeah.
Well, it's always, it's a negative response. But don't get me wrong.
You know why?
Yeah, well, I know why, but I'm just saying, the thing is that I want to provide information to the veteran community. That's all I'm trying to provide. I was at a VA event in Alexandria at the hospital. I was the only nonprofit there. Everybody else had departments. I went to each department, they all said the same thing. We gotta get approval, But I was the only one there. But I did end up doing an interview with someone. She was a director. She said, I'll do it with you, so for suicide. So with her, no problem, okay? But in dealing with the VA, I found that sometimes it's kind of difficult trying to get information from them. So it's a touch and go situation as far as I'm concerned.
It depends on what it is you want and how you go about getting it and who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I mean, because what's the purpose of the exposure? Is to make things better or to make things worse?
Right.
So you have to look at it in that aspect. So, I mean, if it's, because help can be deceived. It can be easily be deceived. If you're not genuine, if if it appears to be a hidden agenda, then there's going to be some issues. There's going to be some battles. There'll be some kickback. You know, so what is it that you want?
Well, as far as for Veterans Corner, it's just about information. And they pick the topics. I don't ask them any questions other than for further clarification of what they're talking about. That's it. Everybody talks. In fact, they have some of the departments, they came to one of Leo's breakfast meeting and talked. Well, what's the difference between talking to us and talking to, you know, they don't want to get anybody on film saying something that might screw up. But I'm saying we go back and reshoot. we don't mess anybody up.
Yeah,
The VA is helping. Now, don't get me wrong. The VA is helping. They've changed
A lot.
But they are still going at snail's pace, even though that they are changing.
And as a spouse,
now, what you just said, the thing is, now that's why they have the care in the community now.
Yeah.
After what we just discussed.
Yeah.
So it's everything still has a process. Everything still has a process. And it's a 50-50 thing, because it's a 50-50 thing with the veteran in the hospital. Because are you always doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it? So you can't wait till the last minute to all of a sudden want to be on it. No, when they have things set up for you and you're not participating in it, then you can't blame them.
No, I agree with that.
You can't blame them. So what you as the veteran, you got to take your lick too if you're not participating adequately.
Well, the thing is that I found through my personal experience, okay, because I'm a little bit different. My testimony, I'm of the Vietnam era, and it took 40 years before they let me in the health system.
Well, you guys.
Don't get me wrong. I'm saying we are already skeptical of what the VA does. The thing is this.
Yes, sir.
Once you're in, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The VA have treated me well, but it's just getting approvals. The process just to get an approval is a nightmare. Because everybody I've talked with, my doctors and everything else, we have trouble dealing with the VA, getting approvals.
But each era has their own issues that they have to do tests. They can't jump the gun. You don't know how to go about doing it. It's a process. Because they finally got it settled with Agent Orange. Finally.
50 years later.
Oh, but
I know what you're saying.
but who knows? Who knew the outbreak was going to be like this? And so therefore, yeah, you see, it's all speculation, but it's all about medicine.
Well, the thing is this, is that with the PAC Act that came up 50 years later, where now the Navy veterans of the Vietnam era now qualify for presumptive diseases.
Right.
And it took 20 years for the vets of the Gulf Wars.
To get, yeah.
Why does it take so long? The only thing I'm saying is that once you get in, the VA takes care of you. But getting that approval or that first claim filed, usually the first claim is always denied.
I didn't have that problem.
Well, put it like this, I knew a lot of veterans.
But after you, but no, back with you though, when you, it was different.
Different, I know.
A whole lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all had to wait 10, 15 years. No, I understand. I heard about it.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it, I like what you guys are doing, okay? You're trying to make a difference, okay? For me, I want to get involved with people who are visionaries, to see beyond a tree.
Right.
I'm dealing with the forest. I can see and help the forest grow. With myself, with Veterans Corner, I want to create a legacy. It's not about money. It's about a legacy going into the future, helping the veterans, young veterans of today, with families, middle class with families, and all veterans going into the future. I have a home program. Well, guess what? My home program is about building homes for veterans, which the program was approved years ago, and then they terminated. It might have stopped at the last minute, terminated the whole thing to build 4,800 homes. And Right now, I'm starting over again to do one home. I will never see the 4,800 homes, but Veterans Corner will.
Right.
Okay, so I want to get involved with people who truly want to make a difference, and you guys are out there pushing it, okay, and letting the veteran community know, and the community as well, what you guys are doing and what you're trying to do, and I think that's fantastic, okay. So for me, sitting down here, even with interviewing you guys, in fact, just meeting you in the past, recent past, that I want to be involved with you guys, because I've run across a lot of people who talk it but don't walk it. I hate to say it like that, but that's just the honest truth, you know. So for me, I'm hoping that in working with you guys, we can make a significant difference as we go forward into the future. And the way it looks like you guys are really pushing it pretty hard. So I just found out this morning you guys actually live in Houston. Travel back, I said, why Louisiana? You said because of the location, because of the veterans and the hospitals and everything else.
What happened to me when I got out?
Mm-hmm.
I was going in circles.
Didn't know who to go to, stuff like that.
Yeah, didn't know.
Because one veteran got out of the military through a medical condition, medical discharge, and out of Fort Polk, or Fort Johnson now, and he was not aware that there were counselors in every parish.
I didn't know either.
And he got in contact with a public lawyer who got his claim fixed and everything else, but they took 1/3 of his claim because that was a public lawyer. It wasn't certified by the government. You know, so there's a lot of issues out there that we need to face and need to be aware of. And I like the idea of what you guys are doing. You're trying to make an impact in veterans' lives. And of course, with you, Mike, you know what it is to deal with in the military as well as outside the military. And you can bring something to the table that the ordinary veterans are not getting anymore.
That's why we're here.
That's why you're here. I tell you what, this is almost ending up the interview. Can you kind of summarize what you guys do?
Well, we have a series that we call Meal of Remembrance. It's once a month in more than one parish, and you are welcome to come. And it's a catered luncheon, and we will highlight a resource that's in your area that's going unknown, that will complement your VA benefits. And then we have a Service Saturday series, which is quarterly food resources that are associated with holidays, to honor you with a food resource for the holiday, just to say thank you for your service. And if you need assistance in any other area, you can go to our website and fill out. We have veterans who are leaving homelessness, moving into homes, and need help with furniture and things like that. And we keep all those things on hand in our storage. And so if you call and say, we'll verify that you are a veteran, and then we'll make sure that if we have what you need, that you'll be blessed with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that sounds pretty good. And just kind of end the interview. So thank you, Mike. Thank you, Racquel.
Thank you for having us.
Veterans Corner in this interview. And all I can say is, God bless the United States.
God bless you.
Thank you.
you.
Continue to bless you. Bless you.